Hello, everyone. I am Nylea Valdivia. I am a junior here, third year at the University of Iowa. My major is communication studies with a minor in sports and recreational management. I am originally from Storm Lake, Iowa, so just about 4 hours from here. My career interests are social media, marketing, and advertising, and pretty much just about anything. Going off of that, I just want to say that this class has been a great opportunity to learn from. I'm really glad that I took this class and applied for it. And I'm super thankful that I got selected to be a part of this class. I've learned a great amount of things that I would have never even thought about in the past. And yeah, I'm really glad I took this class. It was a lot of fun. So I have heavily looked into the men's tennis team platforms. Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And I think that the team does a really great job of portraying a lot of informative information when it comes to the team's accomplishments, player accomplishments. And I know that they have a lot to be proud of. They're a really great team. They know what they're doing on the court. They're good at what they do. Yeah, I think the tennis team has a great bunch. Definitely something worth bragging about. And I think that the tennis team does a really good job of implementing all of the accomplishments in all three platforms. So I want to talk about what could be implemented or what could be optimized in all three of the platforms. Right now, social media is huge. That's how I personally get all of my news, my updates. That's how I determine my likes, my dislikes, my interests, my non-interests. And I know that I'm not the only one. I can probably speak for a great amount of people, especially my age right now, that social media is something that we invest a lot of time into. So I think it's especially important to have an upkeep on all three platforms for all different sorts of audiences. And I think that the men's tennis team right now does a pretty good job, but it could use a little bit more TLC. So one of the things that I have found in my research is that personal investment is really important and it inspires more meaningful connections. So, for example, I personally know some of the tennis players on the team, and I know that they're a really fun bunch to be around. Never gloomy when it comes to them, always in a good mood, and I know that they portray that on and off the court. And I think their positive vibes would be a great hit with the audience. I know that if we incorporated a little bit more of their personal attitudes and their personalities, audiences will have a connection with not only the team, but the players. Audiences like to feel welcome. They like to feel involved. They want to feel like they're part of something, like not just watching and seeing, but they're part of the doing, They want to feel as though they are part of the reason that the team is the way the team is. And I think that if we implemented a little bit more personality within each of the individual players, it would create a great impact within all three platforms, really. I know I personally like seeing when professional sports teams, like I know the Panthers recently just did a video about a TikTok that became famous, and it was about being bored in the house. And they implemented the personality of one of the players waking up, grabbing a cereal, turning on the TV, and it was a great hit. I'm not even a Panthers fan, but I was watching it because it's funny, it's great, I feel involved. And I think that little personal things like that would create a huge positive impact and environment for the audience and the tennis team. So off of Twitter, I noticed that Twitter has a lot of engagement. It really does. That's how I get all of my sports news. That's how I keep up. And I think the men's tennis team does a great job of keeping the audience updated on pretty much everything that happens within the team and their accomplishments. However, sometimes I think live tweeting can get a little bit overwhelming on the timeline. And although I don't think that the men's tennis team overwhelms audiences substantially, I think that the amount of live tweeting could be minimalized or just implemented maybe in one to three tweets. I know that people want to keep updated, but sometimes when a page constantly is like updating, I tend to be less engaged and I focus more on like the outcome, not what happened at the moment, even if it was like a minor thing. I personally tend to look more of the beginning and the end of something, but I still think it is important to create a storyline. So maybe tweeting 3 times, 3 live tweets every time something major happens would do good and would decrease the overwhelmingness of tweets when it comes to live tweeting. Another thing that I think could be implemented, which is tied into my idea to incorporate the tennis team into the athletic department, is how greatly diverse the men's tennis team is. I think that's something that you should be super proud of. I come from a very, very diverse hometown, and I love seeing how diverse the team is, how diverse not only the men's tennis team, but just about every single team in UIowa athletics. And I think that's something that is definitely worth bragging about. I know that the men's tennis team only has, I think, 1 or 2 players that are from the US, and we have players from all over. And I think that's something that is great. I think that would be a great hit with our audience, in not only our tennis team audience, but the athletics department audience as well. I know that in 2018, there was a YouTube video created for international student athletes, and I think going off of an idea like that, but making it a little bit more recent, more in the flow of all of the things that are going on right now, would be awesome. Even incorporating home videos right now from wherever people are at right now. People are all over the world. Creating home videos of them saying how much they like it here, and pretty much their accomplishments with the athletics department and their teams would be a huge hit. I know that in the video that was created in 2018, all of the players said a little bit about themselves, where they're from, how far away their hometown was from Iowa City. I think all those are great. I thought the video was super interesting. Definitely watched it more than once, so that kind of says a lot. I think stuff like that would be a great hit, and have something like, as a caption is, the university takes pride in the diversity throughout the athletics department. We all in caps, fight for Iowa, because we really do. We're all one, you know. We are all Hawkeye fans. We're not Hawkeye fans. We're a Hawkeye family. And I think that incorporating a blurred geometrical boundary within that has great impact on pretty much all platforms. So I think a video idea like that would be super cool to incorporate. We could incorporate the men's tennis team, a few players that would volunteer to be a part of it, and just have them talk about their accomplishments and how proud they are of the team and how proud they are of themselves for, you know, coming here to the school so far from their hometown and just creating all these memories and accomplishments for not only themselves, but for the team and the athletics department as a whole. So I think a video like that would be really, really cool to show our audience, our Hawkeye family. And I think it would really have a lot of positive impact. I think that this could either go out on Diversity Day or International Day, or honestly, I think this would be a hit on any day it would be posted because it's something to brag about. Diversity is something to brag about. So, as I stated, the men's tennis team does a really good job of informing, but I think it would succeed a lot more if it just implemented more personality, the diversity within the team, and laid back a little bit on live tweeting and just over tweeting. But yeah, I think that there's a lot of room for the tennis team to improve, and I can't wait to see how it improves in the future, and hopefully maybe I'll be part of it. Thanks, guys. I hope you all stay safe. Again, Nailia Valdivia.